Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. And today we're going to be talking about the Crescent Pike. Ever since zhongli came out, a lot of people have been recommending this weapon for main DPS zhongli, and there's good reason for that. Because it's literally the best spear in the entire game. This free, craftable 4-star weapon is way better than every single 5-star spear. Now, I know that the Crescent Pike has been in the game since launch, and a lot of people have been using it for main DPS Xiangling, especially free-to-play folks, but I just mentioned Zhongli because he's been such a hot topic, and everyone has been debating whether or not he can be or can't be a main DPS, and a lot of people have suggested a bunch of different weapons on him. This is the weapon that I think really is the best, and I will show you guys why. The reason is because of its passive. Every single time you absorb an elemental particle, all of your normal attacks will deal an additional instance of damage that's equal to 20% of your attack at Refinement 1, and this proc can crit and it scales off of physical damage, which the weapon gives you as its substat. So I went ahead and did some frame data collection and found that Zhongli's basic attack combo takes about 145 frames to execute, ignoring hit lag, and that his kick cancel combo, which is where you either jump or dash right as he kicks the spear, takes about 100 frames to execute. And based on all of our testing, we have found that this is the most optimal combo for DPS. So for the rest of the video, that is the combo that we are going to be basing our DPS calculations off of. I also went ahead and tested the on-hit damage of all of the hits in his basic attack string, and we did this on stream, by the way, so if you guys want to see me do all this stuff live, or at least part of it, then be sure to subscribe. I know I haven't done streams in a little bit, but that's because I've been just so busy with work and I can't really do videos and stream every single day, but they will resume starting tomorrow, okay? Anyway, I took that information and I gave it to Jack, aka our little sweetheart, who went ahead and put it into this lovely spreadsheet right here. And you guys know how much we fucking love spreadsheets. But anyway, I'll leave a link in the description for anyone that wants to take a look at this more closely, and maybe you'll find something that we missed. But right now, this lets us compare the damage of the Pike versus all of the other 5-star spears. Now, as we can see here, with a level 20 physical damage bonus cup and a level 20 attack timepiece, the Pike has a DPS of 3,704 without its proc. Now let's take a look at the Skyward Spine, which I had as my main contender for beating out the Pike, or at least had a hope of beating it, since it also has a special proc, which is a separate instance of damage. The Spine also gives you 12% attack speed and crit rate, even though we're not taking the crit rate into consideration for this DPS calculation, but the attack speed, we are taking that into account, which makes your full attack string 17 frames shorter and the kick cancel combo 12 frames shorter. So with the same two artifacts, it deals 3,929 damage per second, which is better than the Pike. But once we take into account the proc, which can only happen once every 2 seconds, its DPS jumps up to 4,348 damage. So let's do the same for Pike and take into account its proc. Once we do that, it completely blows the Skyward Spine and pretty much every other weapon out of the water. It deals 5,891 DPS. Let's compare that to the DPS of the other 5-star polearms in the game, starting with Zhongli's signature weapon, the Vortex Vanquisher. At max stacks, it gives you 5,167 DPS, so it's actually stronger than the Skyward Spine at Refinement 1, though I'm pretty sure that it gets outscaled at Refinement 5. And finally, we have the Jade Wing Spear, Xiao's signature weapon. Well, if we have max stacks 100% of the time, the Jade only has a DPS of 4,457, which is by far the lowest. Granted, this does not take into account the crit rate substat that you get from it, like I said. So in reality, this would be a really big quality of life improvement, building a character around the Jade, and it also increases your DPS. Obviously, having crit means you're gonna do crits more often, so it's gonna increase your DPS, which none of these other weapons have. But on paper, its on-hit damage or per-hit damage is by far the weakest. So what have we learned from this? We learned that you do not pull on banners for polearm weapons, okay? Wait until a whale does it and tests it out for you to see if it's actually better than the Crescent Pike. If it's not, then just don't bother. This free-to-play needle is completely broken, and we're gonna have to do some testing with the new spear that's coming out in 1.2, but honestly, I do not have any high hopes for it. I don't think it's gonna beat out, even though it has like double the amount of physical damage. The base attack is just so much lower, and it doesn't have the procs. I don't know how it's gonna compete, so Anyway guys, that's it for me. I just wanted to bring this to your guys' attention before the update dropped. So I hope you found this video useful or entertaining, even though it was just a bunch of math thrown at you. But if you did, then be sure to drop a like and subscribe. And I want to give a huge shout out to my patrons. Thank you guys so much for your support. I really appreciate all of the love you guys give me. Well, that's going to be it for me guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.